Hi, so today I'm just gonna be filming a very chill kind of, just not really even like get ready with me because I don't really have any like specific plans today, and I don't know, my boyfriend is away to Lyon to see his best friend. He just moved to Lyon and he got his new apartment with his girlfriend, so he kind of wanted to go see him and celebrate his birthday, which is also happening in November, just like me. And so I'm having a very chill weekend. I'm trying to chill because I actually have like, no one knows, but like ear eczema, which is flared up especially when I have big stress. And these past few weeks with all the, like presentation and etc. that I have to give back to school and then have to submit, I've been quite stressed, especially because all of my work is teamwork. So I kind of have to coordinate with other people, and I'm the type of person who really likes to be organized and try to finish everything quite early on than the deadline, and that is not the case for everyone. So I have been a bit like icky on some of the things. So my eczema kind of flared up like a week or so ago, and I've been feeling super tired, super stressed, just annoyed that everything is just always itchy on me. So this weekend I'm trying to just relax by myself. It's a very ugly weather today in Paris and just this whole week, which at first I was a bit sad that it was looking like this, but now I'm like, it's a way that the earth is telling me that you don't need to go out. You don't really need to be doing something special, which is kind of a nice feeling. And so, yeah. So first I'm gonna show what skincare I used this morning. I have been trying to kind of reduce what I'm using, especially because when I was using Epiduo, I was feeling a little bit irritated. At first I was just trying to ignore like, oh, it's just the beginning, so everything feels like that, and of course, but then I just realized that it was just irritating me so much, and everything was hurting, like burning on my face. So I stopped using Epiduo, and at night I just wash my face, use my hyaluronic acid, and then just put moisturizer. I've been loving this one. I have been using it for like 6 months on my body just after I shower, and so it's almost gone. I don't know if you can see, but like almost gone. And Dr. Dre on YouTube said that she liked to use this one on her face. So, and since I have very dry skin and I was feeling real patchy and just my skin coming off on my chin, I just tried to use this because it has ceramide as well, and it has been working so well. This is like maybe like €10, and then you can use it on your face and body, which I've been loving. So I just use this one, this, and that's it. In the morning I use, so today for example, I used this, and then I went with my favorite and most effective vitamin C Melano CC from Japan, which everyone was hyping about it, and it really helped fade my acne scars here. So I have tried to reintroduce this, and it has been working perfectly. So I use this, go with my moisturizer. I understood I was using way too much moisturizer, so what I'm doing right now is, let's say my palm, and I just use like this much, which kind of spreads out. I do like the dot method all over my face and just rub it in. I know my hair today is a bit like funky looking, so I have to brush it after, but who cares. And then of course go with my Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. So today I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of makeup because I haven't really been doing anything on my face. I like just leaving it like this, but since I have time today, and I don't know, I thought it could be like a nice creative thing we can do. So I also have an exciting thing. So my dad gave me this for my Christmas present when we went shopping to the Bon Marché. And I've wanted this for quite some time, especially for the packaging. It's such a like a luxurious experience, and I know that this is more for medium toned skin type, this tiger one, but then I prefer this packaging over the, what is it called? The, oh well, I'll just put a picture because I can't remember. And so I got this. It's a very metal, very heavy packaging, and it's magnetized. And this is how it looks inside. Hello. It's so pretty. Like, look at this. So I've actually never tried this, so I thought maybe we can, you know, go ahead and try to use this. Also, I wanted to try to use again my L'Oreal one, because I feel like every time I try to use it, my skin is super dry and doesn't really go on well. And since, you know, I'm just gonna spend the day mostly home, even if I screw up, it's just gonna be like an experiment. Also, I made actually a spreadsheet with all the like toner, serum, moisturizer, sunscreen, and foundation that I can use together, and try to put like either a circle when it works perfectly, or either like a cross when it doesn't really work perfectly on my skin, which I can also share in the comments. But I feel like having that spreadsheet kind of helps me to understand what works with what. And since I'm a very like logic loving spreadsheet kind of person, it really helps me to kind of make a data set to understand what works on my skin. So I thought I could use this one as an also experiment on how it can look on my skin today. So yeah, let's go. So it's probably gonna be like a bit of talking and makeup, very chill kind of day. So I still have 2 more weeks of school left, and then I'm gonna be leaving to Metz, which is where my boyfriend is from, then to Bretagne, Brittany in France, to see my own family, and then we're gonna actually go to Lyon for New Year's to see my boyfriend's best friend and all of their partners slash plus one, which I'm quite excited to kind of leave Paris for a bit, because I don't know, Paris can be a very chaotic place to live, because I feel like it's especially hard coming from Japan, where everything works perfectly all the time. And then you realize that in Paris, that's not really the case. For example, the metro, right? I usually start school at 9 a.m. And then, so it only takes me like 25-ish minutes, because I only have to take the Metro 6 to go to school. But then, because there's so many people, there's always an accident, there's always someone who left the bag, and they have to like stop the whole train. It always just ends up being late, so I usually have to leave at like 9:20, and even then it's just like 8:20, and even then you're like all squished like this, and even that it's like, oh, you know, like what a great start of the day. So I don't know, it's a bit hard to kind of live in this chaotic place all the time, I would say. So yeah. And also I love Brittany, so like Bretagne, where my family is, because like 2 years ago when I was feeling not really well back in Japan, I went to see my uncle and aunt, and that really like saved me, like in a way. I feel like there are people that I can always just talk to that have kind of the same ideas as me, so I don't know, it always relaxes me to talk with them and go to Brittany. And I feel like, especially because I'm a very ocean person, it kind of helps me to feel relaxed, feel at home. And it's so weird, but like when I'm in Brittany, the time just moves on so much quicker, but in a good way. Like you wake up at 9, 10, you kind of eat breakfast, you go out for lunch. It's already like 3 or 4 p.m. because French people take like 2-3 hours to eat lunch. And then you come home, like watch TV. It's already dinner time, and I really love how time flows by so smoothly and without anyone telling you to be productive or anything. So yeah, it's always a nice feeling to go back to Brittany. And also because this time in Metz, there's my boyfriend's brother had a baby this year. And he's like the cutest alien looking creature ever, and I don't know. I feel like it's so cute to have a little nephew. So yeah, so I'm kind of excited. Also, we got all the presents. We had to even make like a spreadsheet to decide between what me and my boyfriend get for his family, what my boyfriend, my sister, and I choose for my family. So I was able to kind of finish all of that in like 2 days. I made a spreadsheet, I just ordered everything, and I have to go to the post office every single day to pick up a package, but kind of nice to try to understand what people would want or what they could be interested in. So usually really suck at presents, and I never used to give any of them to my family, but then I feel like these years I've been trying to do a bit better than that. So yeah, so this is how my foundation is looking like. Maybe it's, I don't know if you can see, but maybe it's a bit like patchy. Hello, can you? Hello? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's looking a little patchy on my... I also don't really have any concealer, and I also don't really see the need to put any of that because I feel like it just shows more texture to my under eye than anything, so I'm just gonna skip on that. Then I'm gonna go with my new Hourglass palette, which I'm so excited. It's like so pretty that I don't want to use any of it. So I'm probably gonna use, I don't know. Wait, I'm gonna just see on the back if it says anything. 1 finishing powder, 2, everything is like powder. Okay, 3 brush, 4 brush, 5 brush, 6 bronzer. So I'm probably gonna go with the bronzer first. This one. I'm thinking of going with maybe this blush because I only use like very pigmented blush. So I feel like I can go with that to kind of see how we can look like a bit of a more like mauve-y kind of looking blush. Maybe the finishing powder if I really need to use something, and then the glitter on top. So also have my beloved Muji mirror. This is the best one. I thought of buying it in Japan and I was like, I don't really need one. And then I found it in my UPS packages that came from London, which I was so happy to find it. So maybe I'll use this one for my bronzer. I feel like I'm still struggling to see where is best to put my bronzer. I feel like I still don't know, but I feel like people usually put like here, right? Like on top of your ears, a bit like here is what I have been seeing. So, oh my god, it's so pigmented. What they... I feel like I have to take a little bit off because I maybe have too much. I'm still very new to makeup, you know, so I feel like this is also a channel where I want people to not feel ashamed of not being able to try out new stuff because, you know, everyone has already been doing makeup since they were like 11, and maybe you're gonna feel ashamed that you're not able to have had the experience that other people had. And you know, there's no age of starting new stuff, and I don't want to put makeup to kind of change my face either. It's more like, you know, just a fun product. Let's try to see what it does on my skin, my face. And I feel like that's more of my philosophy towards makeup. And I don't know, I want to be surrounded with good, interesting, fun products. Okay. I like this lighting. Can you see? Oh my god. Summer without being summer, which I love. I feel like I'm gonna have to charge my... I don't know if I can like actually record while charging my thing. So now it's charging and recording, so I don't know if you can see, but there's like a glow. Also, you can't maybe really see because my light is very orange looking. Does that help? Yes. I hate white light, so let me get back to orange. Yes. It's like a subtle, I mean, it's not too subtle, but it makes my face look much less pale-ish. I will take a, what can I take? Contour, yes. And kind of try to blend a little bit more. I feel like it's better to kind of go up like this. So maybe I do a little swatchy swatch on my hand. So first I'm gonna take this one, then this one, then this one. So this, I don't know if you can see much. It's like very subtle. Then the super pinky one. Yep. Ooh, yeah, this is pink. This is more like a natural blush. And then the last one I'm thinking of using today, I feel like I don't really have like a... Oh my god, that one's so freaking pretty. I feel like it's better in person. It looks like a bit violet-ish here, but then it'll look better on my face. So I'm taking my brush here. I'm gonna take off all the previous brush that I have. I feel like I'm gonna try to do like 2 or 3 taps because I took too much of the bronzer and I don't regret it, but I feel like I wasted a little bit. So 1, 2, and then, so this is the 3C. It's so cute. Okay, love to put a little bit on my nose. Well, that was a neighbor that was putting way too much music at not even 10 a.m. So can you see? What the fuck? And I feel like it's nice. Oh, that looks good. That's nice looking. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the little psh psh psh. The psh psh is, my bag is getting more full. I also found like, that is disgusting. This is the maquillage one that I got when I went to Japan, because my boyfriend kind of wanted to try too. And this one is the Shiseido one. They look literally the same. This is maybe a bit lighter, but for me it's the freaking same. So this is the psh psh that I was talking about, the Fix Plus. Maybe I can try to go with it. Let's see. But I don't know, I feel like it's already kind of good looking. I'm just gonna leave it like this and see how that goes. Also, a new thing that I got, which I didn't show you, is this one, the Revolution huge maxi reload palette. I got this one as I was feeling inspired by Kaki, and she's my queen, but I was looking for a palette, and since I'm quite new to makeup, I didn't want to invest too much money on something that I still needed to learn how to use. And she was talking about these, and I feel like the eyeshadow colors that look the best on me are either like orange, brown, and a little bit of pink. And since this palette has everything, I thought it would be perfect. And so I tried to do a couple of like eyeshadow techniques where I tried to kind of put it up to a little winged shape with even just my eyeshadow, but I don't know, since it have hooded eyes, you know, like when you see me here and then when I close my eyes, you know, you can see the whole what is it called, eye place, and then when I open, it's like everything gets hidden, so it looks a bit weird when I do that. So what I found the most good looking on me is just doing one color the whole area and then going with a more like intense color or shimmer color just a little bit here, so when I close my eyes or when I blink you can see, but like not much more than that. So maybe today I want to go with a color like this, maybe the orange. I don't know if you can see this one. I feel like it looks super freaking pale on the video, but in real life it's looking a bit more, maybe you can see better here. You know, this one, a bit more orange, right? And then what should I go with? Maybe like that one. That looks freaking pretty, right? Yes, let's go. I'm again taking my brush from the 6 Plus. This is the blending one. Eyeshadow one, I also have to really clean my blushes today because it's like a week that I haven't washed them, so before I get an eye infection, I better clean all of that. So, oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna tap a bit to kind of take off, but I like when I have like a bunch of it. So. I feel like I didn't even put any primers on today, but you know, it's a lazy day. Who cares if I have to take it off at like 3 p.m. It's alright. I really love that it's not too far away from my eye color. I kind of have like, I don't know, I have an interesting eye shape. Okay. Until like a few years ago, maybe it's because I went to like a boarding school, and I also was born, not born, but like, yeah, born, I guess, in a family that's very loving, that's very like family type, but I hate being by myself. Like even when I was in London, when my boyfriend came on the weekend and when he went back on like Sunday night or Monday morning, it was like and I was feeling super sad that he went back and that I felt like super lonely. It's not even feeling alone, it's like lonely, so it's bad. I mean, it's not bad. I feel like everyone has their own, you know, way of living and coping, but I hate being by myself. I feel like it's just not my thing, and you know, people say, oh, you have to like get better at it or whatever. I don't know. I feel like you don't need to. You know, you're just born a certain way and that's just yourself. You can't really fake like, oof, I love being by myself, you know, like maybe you can learn things that you can do by yourself, like for example me, YouTube, right? Like I prefer when no one's home so I can just like talk whatever. And then everyone around me can just like see my video and see what I was talking about. Maybe not. Hoping that I didn't bullshit them, but I don't know. I feel like I prefer when no one's here when I'm taking my videos. Oh my god, it's so freaking pretty. It's so subtle. I don't know if I want to go with a shimmer even. Maybe I feel like a matte. Maybe this and another deeper color, maybe. I feel like this would be a nice, you know, like I use this one and maybe this one. So it's a bit darker, but I don't feel like shimmers today, you know? I don't feel party-ish, so yeah. But I feel like this year, like 2023 is the year that I have finally started to be a bit, I'm not saying I'm okay, starting to be a bit okay being by myself. You know, because I was on break since April until I started school this September, and since my boyfriend was working and etc., I feel like I had to learn in a way to kind of just be alone in the house, and that's when I started to, oh, that's pretty, you know, it's like a super subtle gradient. But that's when I kind of refound my passion for cooking, for bread making, just like taking care of the house. And I don't know, I feel like before I used to hate being at home, and now I can see also the spark in just staying home and chill, which I would not have been able to say or think like that until like 2023. So I feel like 2023 has been a very interesting and growing year for me. It's pretty. I don't know if I should blend it more. Let's see. Maybe like a bit here. I feel like this eye is so much more pigmented than this one. I'm gonna take a blending blush to kind of take off a little bit because I feel like it's maybe a bit too much on the left eye. But yeah. And I feel like that's why I like to watch TV, and even if I'm not watching it, I like to have it on the back just so that I don't feel alone in the house. And I know it's a waste of energy, but I mean like electricity, but I don't know, I feel like everyone has their own coping mechanism, and mine is just having some sound on. And maybe that's why I was listening to a lot of music when I was back in London, because I don't know, I feel like having music kind of helps to situate yourself feeling less like lonely. And what I also liked about music is that, you know, when you hear music, you instantly remember where you were listening to that music then. So that's what I like. So this is the look. I don't know, do I put mascara? I feel like I don't really like to put mascara because I feel like it just smudges all over my, like here. But yes, I also read it. My nails, it's all green now. I feel like I will just, so this is the maquillage one. I'm just gonna do this, but without putting anything on top. I feel like I just close and close and open and close and open this thing. I'm still scared of this thing because I feel like I still don't know how to do it well, but I remember my cousin in Japan, she went to like a beauty school, and in the winter, you know, in Japan you have these like a heater, and she always used to like, how do you say, like warm this up and then do like that. So I'm maybe gonna put some lip just for the... No, I like some Vaseline these days. Just gonna take this huge tab. Since it's winter, I'm just trying to hydrate the shit out of those lips. I'm probably gonna have to like do something about that. This is my look for today. I'll see if I need anything to put after, but I really like this super subtle look. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this super chill, chatty, just discussing about my life video, and see you next time.